New American Speakers Program, Cohort 5. Alenga Alokola, I hope I got that right. Alenga is a former refugee from the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Alenga and his family fled the DRC in 1996 to escape war. After living in a refugee camp in Tanzania for 20 years, they were relocated in the United States to pursue a better life. Since arriving in the United States, Alenga embarked on his educational journey, which included completing his bachelor's degree in global management in 2020 and graduating with a master's degree in global management the bachelor's degree was in 2020 and the master's degree was in 2023, both from the Arizona State University. Outside of education, Alenga is active in the refugee community in Arizona through the nonprofit. I can't pronounce that. I'm going to be honest. He's the CEO of a nonprofit in Arizona that helps the refugee community there. Alenga has a true passion for empowering the refugee community, and he is currently working on making resources for new refugees to assist them in navigating life in the United States and the challenges that arise.
Thank you for having me today. And just to let you know, guys, in this world, this is an assignment I'm gonna give everyone. Maybe just make sure you discover your why you are still alive today, why you fled war from Afghan, why you are here, why other people are not here, because there is a reason behind everything. So as we know today, we are sharing our story, and our story is our life, and has a meaning. Also, our story should help other people to change in a positive way, not in a negative way. So, my name is Alenga, and I am from the Republic Democratic of Congo. So, I will be sharing my story today. My story of refugee activism and solidarity is a tale of resilience, compassion, and the power of collective action to bring about change. It is a story that highlights the challenges faced by refugees and the inspiring effort of individuals and organizations to support them. Nyarugusu Camp Refugee is one of the largest refugee camps in Tanzania and is located in Kigoma region in the northeast part of the country. It was established to accommodate refugees primarily from the neighboring Democratic Republic of Congo and Burundi, although it has also hosted refugees from other neighboring countries such as Rwanda, Somalia, Zimbabwe. The camp is home to thousands of displaced people who have fled violence, persecution, and conflict in their home countries. Among the refugees in Nyarugusu is a young man named Alenga Alokola, who has become a symbol of hope and determination within the camp. My journey to Nyarugusu camp began when I and my family were forced to flee our home country due to political turmoil. We arrived at the camp with little more than the clothes on our back and a few cherished possessions. Life in Nyarugusu camp was challenging, with overcrowded living conditions, limited access to clean water and health care, and a constant fear of violence. Despite these hardships, I refused to give in despair. I recognized the need of change and decided to take action. I began organizing small community meetings within the camp to discuss the issues refugees were facing and brainstorm solutions. These meetings quickly grew in size and popularity as more refugees realized the potential for collective action. With the support of like-minded individuals in the camp, I and my fellow activists formed the Mwangaza wa Upendo, Swahili word which means light of love in English. Mwangaza wa Upendo mission was to advocate for the right of well-being of refugees in Nyarugusu and to raise awareness about refugee crisis on a broad scale. Mwangaza wa Upendo, Light of Love embarked on a series of initiatives to improve the living condition in the camp. We set up community garden to grow our own food, organizing clean up campaign to address sanitation issues, and establish a school to provide education to refugees and children who had been out of school for years. I and my team also reached out to humanitarian organizations, to international agencies to seek support and resources for Nyargu's camp. Our effort did not go unnoticed. News of remarkable work being done by Mwangatha wa Upendo, Light of Love, began to spread, and the international media outlets started covering our story. This newfound attention brought both financial and logistical support from NGOs, government, and concerned individuals from around the world. As Mwangatha wa Upendo, Light of Love, continue to grow, we expanded our advocacy efforts beyond Nyargu's camp. We started collaborating with other refugee camps in the region, forming a network of grassroots organizations committed to improving the life of refugees. I and my team traveled to international conferences, sharing our experiences and advocating for the right of refugees globally. Over time, Mwangatha Upendo Light of Love achieved a significant improvement in Nyargu's camp. Access to clean water, healthcare, and education increased. Living conditions became more bearable, and the camp began to develop a sense of community and solidarity among its residents. My story and my work of Mwangatha Upendo serve as a reminder that even in the most challenging circumstances, individuals and communities can come together to create a positive change. My journey is a testament to power of activism, resilience, and the human spirit in face of adversity. It is also highlights the importance of global solidarity and support for refugees who have been forced to flee their home in search of safety and better future. This is my story, and I shared it with you to inspire others and see challenges as an opportunity to grow. And in my last words, I used to quote Albert Einstein. He just said, be the change that you wish to see in the world, and also be the change that you want to see in your community. Thank you for listening to me.
Thank you so much, Alenga. That was such a wonderful speech to end the night with, especially thinking about solidarity. And I am so glad to see that so many of you have started your own nonprofits and your own initiatives like you have done. So